Hey everybody, RazorMourth here at Trump the Media. So glad to join you. What a gorgeous day. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful here. Hope you're having a good day. Lots of things to cover, so let's get past all these little frivolities, these niceties. Todd Herman is filling in for Rush Limbaugh. Those of you who are fans of Rush, like myself, and tune in virtually every day. I've been doing this for almost 3 decades now, listening to Rush. Todd is filling in because obviously Rush is in treatments right now. Todd's a great guy, really good. But sometimes, when I hear him and some of his sentiment, I just don't get it. And at the start of the hour when he first came on, he was talking about how, one of the ways to express your anger right now is to just corner Biden. We got to get that guy on record and ask him, are you good with the fact that your Democratic operatives barred Republican poll watchers, Mr. Biden? Are you good with all this irregularity that's taking place, systemic irregularity with particular voting machines in all those battleground states that you just magically pulled out of the hat in the wee early hours of the morning of November the 4th? Are you good with the fact that dead people all over the place are suddenly voting for you? Are you good with, what appears to be systemic fraud as a result of these mail-in ballots? Mr. Biden, are you good with that? Does that make you feel like you're a legitimate president? Now, I get it. Nothing better than cornering a fraudster and getting him on record and just seeing him squirm, nothing better than doing that. Look at this guy here, Mr. Joe Biden. Love that image of him. Media wants to portray him like this, like the good old friendly grandpa. But look at this snake oil salesman, this Shyster. That's what he is. I don't know how else to describe him. Do you really think, Herman, Mr. Todd Herman, you really think this guy would answer that question? Do you think that he even knows how to blush out of shame? No. Look at him. And the reality is, who is going to ask that question? Any of the people in the mainstream media, they're never going to ask this individual. They're part of it. But I think that Todd Herman knows that already. The real issue is, though, what does it get us? And while I understand the sentiment, there's nothing better than cornering a shyster like that and getting him to squirm in his seat. A couple things to note. He's a professional liar. Outside of Donald Trump cornering him in the debates, this guy is a professional liar. He's never going to admit to it. And nobody in the mainstream media is going to corner him like that. But more importantly, as much as I understand the sentiment, it's kind of a wasted exercise at this point, isn't it? Do we really need to know the answer? We all know. We all know he's good with it. We all know that he's willing to win at any cost and all means justifiable. And theft is one of those means. This guy is all good with it. The same with the entire leadership of the Democratic Party. They're in cahoots. So he's not going to admit it. He's good with it. We already know the answer. And it wastes our valuable energy and emotions. We need to be focused on doing things that exposes the fraud for the sake of those people that still want to stick their head in the sand and plug their ears. But even more important than exposing, because listen, anybody with eyes to see and ears to hear, we know this. Even more importantly than exposing this fraud is finding practical avenues to ensure that Donald J. Trump remains the president of the United States, the 45th president of the United States, and that this joker and his ilk all get carted off to jail. Wouldn't that be far more practical to see justice prevail, both that Trump remains in power and this joker and his ilk all get carted off to jail? Is it a pipe dream? I don't know. Maybe, probably, given the current director of the FBI and what's going on in the DOJ. But hey, we can dream, can't we? And I think in terms of expressing sentiment, isn't that a much more satisfying sentiment than just simply wanting to know what he thinks? No, I don't care anymore. It's time to haul his sorry ass off to jail as far as I'm concerned. So speaking of practical things that we can do, if we're going to spend any emotion on any of this, I got this sent to me the other day from Women for Trump 2020. And I just want to read it to you here. President Trump has asked us to send him snail mail letters. The letter is to demand a full audit of all 50 states. Send this to President Donald J. Trump. It gives the address to the White House. And then it continues, he is asking all of us to send him hard copy letters as evidence that we, the people, are demanding an audit. Please do this tomorrow. Have every registered voter in your household send a separate letter. So if there's 6 of you in the household of voting age and you're registered, go send the letter. Hey, if you're a U.S. citizen, send the letter anyways. We need to swarm the White House mailroom. Thank you. Now, somebody may say, well, that just sounds like sentiment as well. That's just symbolic. How is that going to have any impact? I understand the sentiment. It is a tiny little thing to do. But here's the thing, okay? Here's the strategy. Here's how I understand it. You can correct me if I'm wrong. So what do we know right now? We know that Giuliani, the personal attorney for Donald J. Trump, and Jay Sekulow as well, another one, they're all launching and have launched lawsuits in various jurisdictions throughout the United States. I think Jay Sekulow is focused on the Supreme Court. Rudy Giuliani is taking it to the state level. They place claims in PA and Philadelphia and in Pittsburgh and a variety of other jurisdictions or counties in PA. They're moving on to Michigan. I believe today they're going to be filing suits there. They're going to be moving down to Georgia very shortly, filing suits there. Wisconsin, Nevada, Arizona, all the battleground states are going to be swamped with litigation. What I understand is that ultimately this will all move itself up the system to the Supreme Court level. What is apparent then is that there'll be 1 or 2 major cases the Supreme Court is going to have to hear. What Trump needs is he needs us to flood the system with letters of the people that supported him, the 70 million plus people who actually physically exist and who voted legitimately, to send letters demanding that the Supreme Court, which is supposed to represent the law and a fair hearing of the law and a fair implementation of the law, and the law, of course, is there vis-a-vis the people, to take into consideration the seriousness of what's happened, that this isn't just some small town, small fry form of voter fraud that happens all the time, that this is a massive, massive movement, a massive nationwide election theft that's taken place, and that they demand justice. I think those letters will be used, even if only circumstantially, in the Supreme Court case, and will have significant impact on the Supreme Court justices. So while it's a little thing, it's certainly not going to change everything immediately. It's something that we can all do very easily. So I encourage you to go do it. Okay, let's move on. So speaking of things on the home front, guess what? Facebook. That's right. That bastion of freedom and networking with friends has decided to put limiters on our page. Now, people, I don't pretend to be anything big here, okay? Nothing at all. I don't have a massive following. Who knows? This might grow to something big. I don't. When you think of it right here, I've got 14,004 people following our page. Last I looked. Let me quickly refresh the page here. Let's see. What do we have now? Okay. Scroll down here. Okay, well, 14,068 people. So the page is growing. And I mean, I really just put this into action a couple of weeks ago, just because, truth be told, my business has been decimated by COVID, by the China virus, and I got a lot of time on my hands, and I'm just going to use my skills and talent for whatever it is. I mean, some of you may like my commentary, others obviously don't. They send me hate mail and call me all kinds of nasty things. I could care less. I got to do something. I got to speak up. So within the span of a week or two, look at what we've created here. I appreciate it very much. However, and this is not big. We're not a big page. Facebook, however, has put limiters on the amount of people that I can invite to follow and like my page. And here's what I mean. Watch this. I'm going to scroll down. And here was one of yesterday's commentaries on the civil war that's taking place at Fox News between Cavuto and Tucker Carlson. Of course, it's tongue-in-cheek. There's no civil war there. That video managed to reach 75,000 people. That's pretty cool. I never would have imagined that. Of course, I only got 1,500 people that have responded, but that's generally the way things go. Now, notice if I click on that and I see all these people here who have liked the video, and what I customarily would do is I'd click and invite them to follow the page, right? So watch this. I invite them. Wow, I get an error message. You can't invite friends right now. Come again. Facebook is about inviting friends. No, you can't invite friends right now. To prevent any misuse, we limit how often you can do certain things on Facebook. It looks like you hit one of our limits. Well, I disagree with that decision. I've clicked on that. Let's see. Maybe they'll change and realize that was an error. Let's try it again here. Let's invite somebody else. Jack Sullivan. Okay, click that. I can't invite Jack Sullivan. He likes what I've said. He liked the video. I can't invite him. Well, folks, we knew this would happen. So I have a question, two requests. One is, if you're watching this video and you like it, and you like the content that I'm producing, can you do me a favor? Can you do Trump the media a favor? Can you see if you can personally either like the page or follow the page? I just want to see if you can do that without me actually physically inviting you, clicking that button, inviting you, okay? Do that. In the meantime, notice what we've done is we've created a profile now on Parler, which is a alternative and competitive social media network site. And we've set up Trump the Media on Parler. And here we are. Just did it recently, so I don't have a lot of followers. If you're on Parler already, come on over and check us out, Trump the Media, and follow and like, so we can grow the community there. In the meantime, we'll keep doing what we're doing on Facebook. After all, we're still reaching people. And let's just see what Facebook decides to do with all of this pro-Trump effort and pro-Trump commentary. Fret not, righteousness, truth, and justice will prevail, and we'll just keep on moving along. I'm going to sign off for now.